Yes.
Out in a minute.
Sure.
Good morning. This is cause number 2015-28885 in the interest of Matthew and Andrew, widows. All parties, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemn, ma'am, all parties, okay. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Christina Widows, and I'm the mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Jason Widows, the father.
And you're on by telephone, is that correct? Not video?
Correct.
All right. And representing the state,
Kavita Sharma for the state, Your Honor.
and we've got a suit for modification
That is correct, Your Honor.
of child support order. We're having a hearing. Do we have any stipulations?
Yes, Your Honor. Parties stipulate to everything that's in the order with the exception of the child support amount of $1,670.
All right. Can you read the agreements into the record, please?
Yes, Judge. Parties agree to joint managing conservators. Parties agree to no geographic restrictions. Parties agree to non-custodial parent Mr. Widows maintaining the health insurance at $575 a month through his employer. Parties agree to the standard possession order. My computer froze, Judge. I'm sorry, but I think that's most of it. I'm just waiting for my computer to not freeze up on me.
Okay. I mean, is there a modification of anything except child support?
Nothing is modified except for child support, Your Honor.
Okay, so there's no need to do the others. Okay, so we're talking about child support only then. Is that correct? Amount of child support?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Widows, so far, do you agree to everything that's been read into the record?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Yes, okay. Mr. Widows, do you agree to everything so far?
I believe so. I don't know if part of the modification is a travel expense. If it is, then
Mr. Widow, no, we haven't gotten to that part yet. The judge
Okay.
is asking you to agree to everything I have just stated.
all right, I agree.
All right, and so the issue is the amount of child support. All right, let's proceed.
Judge, I would like to call Mr. Jason Widow.
Okay,
Mr. Widow, where do you live?
Pasadena, Texas.
And you have 2 children that live with you at this moment, correct?
Correct.
And those 2 children are not your biological children, they're stepchildren, correct?
Correct.
So we are here only in reference to your 2 biological children that you have, correct?
Correct.
And you agree that the guideline child support amount is 25% for those 2 children.
Correct.
And your children are 17 and 14 at this time.
Correct.
how old?
14 and 17.
13 and, no,
14.
14. Yeah, it's got to be 14, almost 15. Going to be 15 this month, right?
Yes,
Correct. Next week.
All right, okay.
And
Go ahead.
you agree based on your wages that the guideline child support amount is $1,670, right?
Correct.
And you are asking the court, or you are asking that Ms. Widows credit you $500 toward that support because your children live in a different state.
Correct. Which was written in 2016.
So you are asking for the child support amount to be lowered to $1,170.
Correct.
And this is because you have to travel from Texas to Tennessee to see your children.
That is correct.
And it's true that Ms. Widows has previously given you that credit in your divorce for the past, since 2015, was it, or 2011 when you all divorced? What year did you divorce?
2016, I believe.
2016. So she has been giving you this credit for the last few years since 2016.
That's correct. The last 5 years.
Okay. No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Widows, do you have any questions for Mr. Widows?
um, well, I did offer him still a credit, but he doesn't want to. So what do you mean by any questions?
Do you have any questions for Mr. Widows?
Um,
He's on the witness stand. He's testifying. So do you have any
Oh.
questions for him about this child support matter?
I just, I'm questioning if I heard correctly, the amount for medical insurance, that seemed a little high. I don't know.
You're asking him a question?
Yes, so
All
is
right.
that the correct amount, Jason, for the medical insurance? Or does that
I
include
would
your?
have to go look. I have no idea. I don't have that with me. It's probably accurate. It's well, $250 a month or every 2 weeks.
Okay, I know there was a transfer because my kids were under his new wife's insurance, but then it just recently changed. So I don't know the reason.
You have a question
What
for
was
him,
the
ma'am?
reason, Jason? Yes, so what was the reason
What
that
was
it
the
was switched
question?
from what was the reason that it was changed from your new wife's medical insurance to yours, our kids?
if she lost her job.
Okay, so, okay, so it's just, if that's the right amount, I guess, then that's the right amount.
Might be more, but it's probably pretty dang close to that. I don't have a pay stub in front of me, so I can't look at it.
Okay. I don't have
That's
any
for
more.
medical, dental, vision, and everything.
Any other questions, Ms. Widows?
No.
All right. Call your next witness, Ms. Sherman.
Your Honor, the state would like to call Ms. Christina Widows.
Okay.
Ms. Widows, you agree to give Mr. Widows a credit of $250, bringing the child support guideline down from $1,670 to $1,420, correct?
Correct. I was hesitating though, because we do need the money for the child support, and I believe I shouldn't be, it's not fair for me to keep paying all his travel expenses and continue to do that when I already did that for 4 years. And the kids
Do
have more
you,
expenses now.
okay, do you ever travel the children from Tennessee to Texas to visit with Mr. Widows?
Yeah, they have gone in like Thanksgiving in 2019 and during the summer 2000. Yes, they have gone.
And who covered those travel expenses?
The father.
And during the pandemic, were the children or the father able to travel to either state to visit each other?
They were, as well, in 2020 there were 7 not visits that he didn't use that credit. So that would have been, I'm doing a disservice, and for my children, $3,500 of that credit that were not used. I understand it was through a pandemic, but some of the months weren't. Like February, it was before the pandemic. The pandemic was in March. So February was a month that he did not come. And then April, he did not come. That was because of the pandemic. August and June, we can say was the pandemic. October, but then there's still 3 or 4 that he didn't use that travel expenses, and the kids were out of that money.
Was there ever an opportunity, or did he ever refund that money to you that he did not use toward the child support?
No.
Okay. Judge, no further questions for this witness.
Mr. Widows, do you have any questions for Ms. Widows?
During my visitation on Christmas last year, is it true that you didn't let them come because of the pandemic?
Yes.
That was my visitation time.
It was part the pandemic, but I was saying, 2 children going in a plane is more exposure than only you coming, since you already travel for work. But the kids were, and with the school and the pediatrician's advice, I was thinking that was the wisest idea. So I was like, any day would work in December if you could come.
So the reason you didn't let them come is because of the pandemic.
It was due to the exposure, because yes, I believe that it was safer for you to come than for 2 people to go and touch more surfaces than only one. And younger kids that they put their hands in their mouths and everything. Yeah. Yeah, but it was,
The child support that you do get,
what is that?
do you use it, the child support that you do get, do you use it fully on them? Because
Completely.
you're constantly asking me
And
to
I
buy
have
clothes and shoes and everything else every time I go.
Okay, sir, it doesn't make any difference what she uses the child support for.
Okay, well, she can't maintain a full-time job, and she's the one with the degree. I'm just trying to figure out, I would like it to be known that this child support is going to pay bills, and it's not for them.
The reason I don't have
No, ma'am. If she can spend the child support on anything she wants.
Okay.
Presumably she's spending it, rent, et cetera, put the kids up.
Well, I can give you, I have.
Ma'am, no further
Well,
answer to that. You have another question for Mr. Widow?
Nope.
All right, anything further, Ms. Sharma?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, the court orders the father to pay child support in the amount of $1,350 a month beginning August 1st, 2021, deviating from the guidelines, taking into account the travel expenses and all other stipulations are approved. Anything further?
No,
Ms.
Judge. So
Sharma, all right, thank you. You're
thank you,
excused.
Judge.